Wish I could take the pain away from your body and carry all the burdens you have been dragging. 'Cause if I could trade you places, it's something that I'd do. How am I supposed to live on without you? Can we rewind time? Can I please stay by your side? 'Cause I swear they never teach you how to say goodbye. And you know I'd rather see you come out of this alive. But maybe I'll see you. Days seem to get longer the more that I miss you. And everything seems pointless to be here without you. Can we rewind time? Can I please stay by your side? 'Cause I swear they never teach you how to say goodbye. And you know I'd rather see you come out of this alive. Maybe I'll see you in another life. In another life. I swear they never teach you how to say goodbye. And you know I'd rather see you come out of this alive. Maybe I'll see you in another life.
Tomorrow starts without me, and I'm not there to see. If the sun should rise and find your eyes all filled with tears for me, I wish so much you wouldn't cry the way you did today, while thinking of the many things we didn't get to say. I know how much you love me, as much as I love you, and each time that you think of me, I know you'll miss me too. But when tomorrow starts without me, please try to understand that an angel came and called my name and took me by the hand and said my place was ready in heaven far above, and that I'd have to leave behind all those I dearly love. But as I turned to walk away, a tear fell from my eye. For all my life I'd always thought I didn't want to die. I had so much to live for, so much left yet to do. It seemed almost impossible that I was leaving you. I thought of all the yesterdays, the good ones and the bad. I thought of all the love we shared and all the fun we had. If I could relive yesterday, just even for a while, I'd say goodbye and kiss you, and maybe see you smile. But then I fully realized that this could never be, for emptiness and memories would take the place of me. And when I thought of worldly things I might miss come tomorrow, I thought of you, and when I did, my heart was filled with sorrow. But when I walked through heaven's gates, I felt so much at home. When God looked down and smiled at me from his great golden throne, he said, "This is eternity, and all I've promised you. Today, your life on earth is past, but here, life starts anew. I promise no tomorrow, but
So now I'm out here at my home, so, just reminiscing, doing my art. See my art right there? On the side of the road, and across the street right there is my old home. And it goes all the way around this way. Well, there's the news story. They started tearing us apart. There was 145 people in there when they started, and only 45 of us were the ones left in the end, because we refused to leave our home because we were scared to go into society because of the things that happened. The first news story, they tell you there's only 3 people left, and that was us. Me, they called us the elders because we were there for so long. It was me and my husband, Mike, Alan. There was a couple of us in there that we were stayed to the last day because we didn't want to go. We decided to all just leave because we didn't have a choice. And now, a lot of the news stories you're going to see were lies. They did a lot of, the hate groups came in and they did a lot of stuff to us. And it was not the original 45. And the original 45 is what we called family. So, I want to clarify that. The first news story I'm going to show you, they said they had housing that we could choose. We didn't get to choose. They put us in a hotel that was horrible. And I'm going to get into that. They also said that we had storage units. No, we didn't. Okay? They didn't give us none of this stuff. They said we could choose where we wanted to live. We didn't get to choose. We had no choice but to take what they gave us. And some of these neighborhoods that they put us in were so bad that people were losing their lives. We lost more of our friends and the world after we left the camps. There was a time when these camps were so beautiful that nobody even seen us in them. And it got to the point where we were so tired of society letting us down that we needed a home. They even called us the old tent city. But I'm not going to be biased. I'm going to show you all these news reports, and I'm going to let you know what's lies and what is not lies. The hotel where I stayed at, they had things coming out missing out of our rooms. People were being abused by the guards. They were not feeding us rotten food. Yeah, they were. We even did a welfare check where a police officer came and saw it, and he said he wouldn't feed it to his dog. We were scared. When they say they got concentration camps in these places of America, it was almost like they were corralling us like dogs. And when they started dying, and they weren't investigating these murders, then we felt like we were really being targeted. So this is going to be the worst episode, one of the worst episodes. I'm going to expose a lot of shit. And I don't care who I piss off, because it's gotten to the point where I can't even sit here and do my art, which I'm on the side that I'm not normally on, and it's killing me. Because over there is where I want to be. Just close to my home, so that I can feel the presence of my family. Y'all have no idea what it's like when homeless people die. You don't get to say goodbye. They come get them and they leave. There's no funeral. They just cremate them. Half of them don't have families. What they do with the ashes, I don't know. But these people were people that were abandoned, some of them by their families, or they were from the nations that got pushed out. So if Nashville wants to ask us why we have such a homeless epidemic, this is why. They pushed these people out of their homes because they kept raising property tax up so much that they couldn't pay it. And then when they did that, they foreclosed on all their houses and paid them an obscene small amount and built these $1 million homes that nobody lives in, just to make the city look better. But these houses were not that bad. I have people that have lots of footage of the houses they used to live in. And now the shelters over here are not good places. I'm not complaining. I'm being honest and telling the truth about what happened here. It's still going on. They passed a law where it's illegal to camp anywhere. So these people are getting arrested, corralled into jail 30 days, and then they come back out and they come and do it again in another 30 days. And then they're offering them tickets to leave. It's not helping them. These people have nowhere to go. Where are they going to leave to go to? This is a bad situation, and I feel for these people. And I will to this day say that I love every one of them. All the stuff that I do is from the heart and it's from God. So I'll start playing some of these news reports, but I'm going to individually break them down on what really happened. And I will bring you footage soon about what happened in the program in another episode when I get it, because I have a lot of people to interview. And they're going to tell the truth. Now, all these people are saying the same thing. This is not a lie. This is a war against the city of Nashville. Thank you for listening.
No major efforts began last month to find housing for the unhoused community living out in Brookmead Park. The West Nashville green space has been home to dozens now for several years. And News Channel 5's Amelia Young joins us live with more on this morning, because Amelia, the city says a lot of progress has been made finding those unhoused a new place to go. Do we know how many people are still living there, though, right now?
Yeah, Ben, at last check, the city says there's about 3 people still there at Brookmead Park. That's a really big drop from what they started with 45 trying to find housing for them. This is all in an effort to close down the park so they can start renovating it, eventually open it back up to the public sometime in the future. The Metro Homeless Impact Division has been working with the people inside, though, for the last few weeks to get them either temporary or permanent housing. Counselors and case managers were on scene, approaching the situations with compassion and transparency. They allowed the Brookmead residents to choose from certain housing options and also provided storage for their belongings while they transitioned to their new living spaces. The West Nashville group Reclaim Brookmead Park has spent years advocating for the city to restore the green space. And while Metro Parks has begun some small pairs inside, there's still no set date as to when it may reopen again. Now, this is just one of 2 projects part of Metro's new initiative called Welcome Home, where they're housing a lot of folks in these encampment areas. They're next going to focus on trying to find housing for more than 24 people in an encampment space in South Nashville. We'll continue to keep you updated on that.
The estimates about 75 to 80 people are living in tents or sleeping on the ground in Brookmead Park. It has been an ongoing battle, and the community continues to ask the city to clean up the area. News Channel 5's Kelsey Gibbs tells us about a plan the city claims will benefit everyone.
It's bad. I mean, the smell, the trash, rats, drug needles everywhere.
Lou Wilbanks couldn't believe her eyes when she walked through the Greenway at Brookmead Park in West Nashville.
People living on the ground or in tents, and I just can't believe our city has let that happen.
Her phone capturing just snapshots of an ongoing problem. Now the community wants to see this homeless encampment cleaned up and removed once and for all.
I went through, like I said, with the police officer both times, and that scares me, and I think people have a right to be afraid.
Wilbanks says the community held several meetings with council members, police, and Metro Homeless Impact Division, but they really want to hear from the mayor.
Why is he not saying something to us and saying, hey, I care, hey, I hear you? and I'm concerned and I'm working on it. Absolutely nothing from him.
The mayor's office is ready to launch an $850,000 two-year program to set up mobile housing navigation centers in partnership with the Community Care Fellowship. It will start as a pilot program and focus on taking 20 people living in the Brookmead encampment into a church space to work intensely on their housing plan and other support services. It's a plan neighbors say will only work if it's done right, which they say includes mental health and drug treatment. Until the day comes, Wilbank says they're not giving up on making this park green again.
I think continuing to put pressure on the mayor's office and the situation is driving the momentum here. We're not backing down this time.
Kelsey Gibbs, News Channel 5.
Metro says the program will immediately reduce the population in Brookmead by about 25%.
Brookmead Park out in West Nashville has become the center of attention for many homeless outreach groups. There are dozens of people who live there, but some residents of West Nashville have formed a group that hopes to clean it up.
And as News Channel 5's Kyle Horan shows us, the group hopes the city will step in to supply more permanent housing.
It's no more special than any other encampment in the city. It's a citywide issue, and I hope that Brookmead is not put in front of the others just because there are some loud people screaming about it.
Have you been inside Brookmead Park and seen the encampments?
No, I mean, going on tours there like they're a tourist attraction is disrespectful and hateful. Real work is done by addressing homelessness and trying to make places for these folks to go and make sure they get the services they need.
I know some other council members have gone and visited, and it's your district. Don't you think it would be helpful for you to see the issue firsthand?
I'm very aware of what
Blame Brookmead.
they are a hate group that doesn't represent the vast majority in the public. And even though they try to use compassionate language from time to time, their hatred for homeless people and desire to see the problem pushed out of their sight so they can forget about it again is evident. One of their supporters even suggested to me that we line them up and shoot them is not the way to go at this.
But
the city of Nashville was awarded $55 million to get these people into housing. And they were moving camps in and not getting people out. The hotel rooms were horrible. They were full of mold. We were supposed to be fed 3 meals a day. Nobody fed us but crackers and tuna fish. You can't live on that, okay? And then when we did get meals, they weren't really the best of meals because we were supposed to get paid. We really were supposed to get made to treat like we were guests, I guess, because we didn't have the resources when we moved in. What were we supposed to do? We were told to leave all of our stuff there, and that they would provide everything for us. When we got there, I had one basket, and it was a nice one. It was from the police department, and it's supposedly from Reclaim. I don't know, but there was nothing in it that we could have used to survive. So these people were in hotel rooms, and they just had 4 walls. It was worse than us being in the tents because we had no toilet paper. We had nothing. We had to go out and panhandle, and there was an overabundance of people doing it. So I would come back here and do what I always did, make money for them and bring it home. And I would provide for my family only because that's all I could do. There were so many people dying. Eddie died, Chad died, Clint died, Treehouse died. There was so many people that died in the hotel. There was a rumor that they had insurance on us, and we don't know if it was true or not, but we just heard it from a few people. There was this one man that I still know today that Miss Jessica could probably confirm. He was so afraid to go to the house that they gave him. They were threatening to kill him every day. They threatened to kill his dog because he was a white man and he was in a black Piru neighborhood. They didn't want him there. The man was afraid for his life. Kiana, who I'm going to provide with next, was put into a home in the Antioch. They broke into her home. They tried to rob her, and they had a knife to her husband's throat. And when she came out of the room, the bathroom, the guy that was behind the door had a gun. And when she went to save her husband, he shot her twice in the back, and she died. Some housing they put her in, huh? She wasn't even there for a week, and they broke in. It's horrible places that they put us in. I was lucky because I had the privilege of knowing the lady who put me in my home. And she was one of my customers, and I was very lucky. But because I was lucky doesn't mean the rest of them had to go through what they did. When Alan was showed his apartment, my friend that died recently, he was shown one apartment that was really nice, and then when he got there, he was shown another apartment in the same building that was run down and didn't have anything that he had before. He went back, We said, I don't want this apartment. Don't we have the option to choose? And they said that we did. And they made him take it. He died in that apartment. He was my best friend. Well, I want to get into Kiana's story so y'all can see it. There was a lot of news press on it. Her killers were captured and put in jail. But she should never have died that way. I miss my daughter, Kiana. She was a good person. And she died protecting her husband from a robbery.
Metro Police are investigating a deadly shooting in Antioch. Good evening and welcome to News 2 at 5. I'm Kinley Hargett. Officers were called out to Apache Trail this morning. They say a 35-year-old woman was shot in the chest. She was taken to Vanderbilt University Medical Center where she died. There's no word on any suspects. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers at 615-742-7463.
And more breaking news here at 6 o'clock. Detectives arrested a second man in the murder of a woman at the Apache Trail apartment complex. He's accused of being an accomplice in the shooting and killing Kiana Cayetano inside her home October 27th during a robbery. The other suspect was arrested Monday night. Both suspects are charged with criminal homicide.
I think the worst part of my whole experience was when Smokey died. He was my son, and he was my adopted son, but he was my son. He was one of the closest kids. I remember whenever he came up to me that one day, he had lost his real mother. This is how he introduced himself to me. He said, I heard you were the mama of the Greenway. My name is Smokey. Can I talk to you for a minute? It broke my heart in two, and I was like, yeah, baby, come here. And me and him became so close over the years, and he had body Tourette's. He had a lot of things wrong with him. And when we moved out of the Greenway, he was so afraid he was going to get left behind because he had walked through a fire because his body wouldn't let him stop. And he literally burned his legs, and we tried to get a hold of his brother. We finally did, but he stayed in the hospital, and he was so scared that he was going to get left behind. And I never left you, baby. He made sure that he got a place to stay when he got out. I remember him leaving Vanderbilt and Julie coming to tell me that Smokey escaped. Biscuit, you gotta find him. 2 minutes later, he walked up and with burned legs and tried to tell me, Mama, they're gonna leave me behind. And I didn't let them. That's how much they loved me. They were afraid that I was gonna leave them behind. They knew better. Well, anyway, Smokey moved back in with us. I remember the day he came to the hotel, and I walked in from the work, and I've seen him sitting there, and he was so happy. But Smokey was addicted to drugs. But he did die of complications due to AIDS, not a drug overdose. He died in the hotel room, and I was thankful that God let him die inside of a place that was warm. I literally kissed him and told him to go to bed and told him to put his socks on. We had this thing about socks, you know. I'm going to talk more about Smokey in the next episode because Smokey was a very special cosmic blink to all of us, and we all had this meeting at the hotel when he died, and we talked about it. And half the people that are in that room are now dead. That's why I come here, to be close to them. But I did a drawing for him as a memorial. And the lady, Miss Tammy, the one that was running the program with Mr. Mike at the beginning, she bought it. But I have a picture of me doing it, and I explain it. And this is the kind of art that I have for sale. If anybody wants to buy, all the stories I have behind these pictures are amazing. I just wanted to share this video with you. Because when somebody would die, I would always go online and talk about them. And this was my son Smokey's picture. Thank you. This picture is coming to life for me. I used to love to pencil sketch, and this is what happened when Smokey died. I pencil sketched his picture, and for the first time, some of my friends, like Miss Mary and them, they could see how well I could draw with a pencil. See, pencil. And yeah, it's me doing it. This picture right here is going to represent something for Smokey. I think I'm going to dedicate it to him, because if this picture don't symbolize what I see is whenever you watch somebody and they're on dope and they're trying to get out of it and trying not to do it anymore, but they can't because it's so hard. They get sick. or how tortured is what it is, and they're tortured by that needle up there, you see. But love can't beat this. They have to beat it. It's something that only the person that's on it can do. And a lot of times these people will end up dead, but the person that loves them the most, like their mother or their brothers or their girlfriends or wives, they have to watch this person slowly melt away. They go from being handsome or pretty to having no teeth in their mouth, their hair falling out. They become thieves and they lie and they do anything to get it, and it truly is a torture. So I'm going to finish this portrait right here, and I'm going to frame it, and I'm going to hang it up, and it's going to be in memory of Smokey, because I think that this picture represents what his family went through, what he went through, and I hope that they understand that he really did love all of them, and he didn't mean to die. But dying for Smokey could have been his way out of the addiction, because a lot of times that's what people do. They figure, if I can't get rid of this addiction, then I'm going to let it kill me, and they feel hopeless, and they feel just, they hate themselves, and then they just give up, and that's when the OD kind of happens. They die doing something they loved at one time, but it turned from a social thing to a physical thing to a mental thing, and then it ended up being that. So I'm going to dedicate this picture to what I saw him go through, and hopefully somebody will buy it one day and know what it meant to me. I'm not done with it though. It's a work in progress. It's a Bizcuts original with my signature. Thanks, y'all.
Stu, drop that thing, baby. This song is called Only. It's on the album Addiction Kills. I think it's by far one of our favorites. What if the love that I'm missing is finally taking control? And what if the drugs in my system are finally taking a toll? Won't you pray for me, pray for me, pray for me? Won't you pray for me? Live in the darkness. I'm in love with the heartless. I live in the darkness. Still in love with the heartless. I feel like it's all I know. Baby, I can't let go. Monsters I can't control. Hope the Lord saves my soul. I have been struggling, playing tug of war with a few of the demons I know. I have been shunned and dragged through the mud. I won't hold a grudge, I've been here before. There is still fight in me, I can be anything I set my mind to be. Yes, I can. The storm that's inside of me rages so violently. God, shine your light on me, here I am. Won't you pray for me, pray for me, pray for me? Won't you pray for me? Live in the darkness. I'm in love with the heartless. I live in the darkness. I'm in love with the heartless. I feel like it's all I know. Baby, I can't let go. Monsters I can't control. Hope the Lord saves my soul. I know I need you, Lord. Nothing that I need more. Keep my head in the clouds. Keep my feet on the floor. Won't you pray for me? Let's love the heartless from the album Crosses and Crossroads. I like that one.